to the Paint Log. My name's Keith, and we're going to talk about my hobby progress this week. We've been making steady progress on our 5-step plan for a better spooky season, and this week is week 2, so I've been working on a spooky scary skeleton that we will take a look at now. Here is our skeletal friend. Now this is a token from the Warhammer Cursed City box set, and I'm super happy with how he turned out. I'm repurposing him for something, and you will see this little fella a little bit later on in this video. But overall, I have talked before about how I've been experimenting with more neutral tones, and I also kind of limited myself with this paint palette. So the skeleton himself is painted up in 2 colors. The wood is painted up in 3 colors, and that note is the same color as the skeleton, but I used a different wash. And ultimately, it was like 6 paints in total that I used on this model, and he came out very, very, very nice. So I'm happy with how that turned out. Jumping back to the first model briefly, I wanted to mention something that I've brought up in previous videos. Now, I varnish my models just to protect them because I am a baboon and I just like break things all the time with my hands. So I varnished this model, and I have mentioned in previous episodes about like the cloudiness or the fogginess that you can get from varnishing, and I think this is a really good example of it. So on the base, you'll notice this like lighter spot on it. That is not the light shining off the base, that is the varnish itself, or the matte varnish, making that spot wider. And if you notice at the base of the wooden beam as well, it's foggier compared to the top of the wooden beam, and that is because I oversprayed the model, or potentially because it's getting chillier outside because I sprayed it and it was too cold. Our skeleton is ready to go, and even though we've made a mistake on it, I don't really think it will be that bad in the end, as you will see a little bit later on in the video. But it's time to get serious for a moment. I have some grave news to share with you all. I continued to work on the gravestones from last week, and we have some more pictures of those, so let's take a look at them. There's really not too much to say about these gravestones. I darkened them up a little bit, just thought they were a little bit too bright. I did put a highlight up at the top and around like the upper edges of it to try and give it that image of light. I painted up like the crow and the small little tiny details, some leaves and stuff that I hadn't gotten to in my previous passovers. But if you notice, there are still a whole bunch of messes. Like I dry brushed some of that gold onto some of these graves, and it's come across all over the model. Again, I'm not too worried about it, just like with the skeleton, and there's a reason for that. Ultimately, the first reason is that mistakes are okay. We all make them, and it's just part of like the learning process. And so we can go back, I can paint over that, it will look not like there's gold everywhere, and it's something that you can always go back and correct. But the second reason, which honestly is probably more situation specific, is I don't think that much attention is going to be paid to these aspects of it, like the matte overspraying of the varnish on the skeleton, or the overbrushing of the gold on the graves, because they are going to be part of something bigger, and they are just set pieces. Now, if I pull back up our 5 steps to a better spooky season, you can see that week 5 has trick or treat. And I originally placed that there because I don't know if I was going to finish my project, but I do think I'm making steady progress. I think it's going to get done, and so I don't mind revealing a little bit about it. And in the manner of miniatures and all things mini wargaming related, I am going to make some reveals in the manner of Games Workshop. Now, for those of you who don't know, Games Workshop is a company based out of the UK who is like the miniature maker. They make all of Warhammer and all of that. Every mini you saw in this video was sculpted by them, it was printed by them, and then I bought it in a box. And Games Workshop is really good at selling their models, or their marketing team is really good at selling their models. They have various different strategies that they work with, so they'll take a photo of part of the mini and they'll have you like scratching your head, like could that be part of the faction that I'm collecting? Should I really want that? Or they'll take like a shadow image, a silhouette of it, and have you guessing like, oh my god, those models look so cool. And that silhouette image is the inspiration that I ran with today. All of this to say that my 5 steps to a better spooky season has all been in preparation for my first diorama. I'm going to create a scene, and I want to show everyone a brief little snippet of what that might look like. make sure you stay tuned for the rest of my October videos in order to see the final product of what that diorama ends up being. And now we come to the part of the video that everyone has been waiting for, the RuneScape update. So let's go ahead and hop in-game. This is where I've been spending my past 2 days. I am in the Warriors Guild. I am grinding for a Dragon Defender. If you see here, I have an Iron Defender. I have to kill these Cyclopses, and eventually I will progress through the tiers to get a Dragon Defender. Now, Dragon is the armor type that I'm wearing right here. It's probably not my best in slot for the best gear that I have, but it's what I have currently and what I want to spend on it. So I've been killing these Cyclopses to even get in this place. I grinded out 130 between these two stats, attack and strength. That allowed us to get in here to even start this grind. So primarily this week has not been many levels increasing, it has been more quests. I did some quests to get Barrow's gloves, which is a really good glove slot, and now it is just killing these Cyclopses. And with that thrilling RuneScape update, that's all I have for you all. Remember, if you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button. It really means a lot. If you really like the video and you want to see more, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I release a video like this every Thursday. I'm really excited to be working on this diorama. I'm really glad that I was able to finally share something with you, even if it was just like a teaser silhouette image. And it gets me really hopeful. I'm really excited to show you all the final product at the end of the month. So with that, I'm Keith. This has been the Paint Log, and I will see you all next time. Bye!